Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Wild Wally Woo coming to you. So I have something here I've been sitting on since September 10th, 2025. Everybody's been keeping track of what's going on with the whole, CK incident at UVU. I just want to touch on what I've been sitting on since they showed it on the news. So I'm going to go over this real quick. Hopefully I can do it. I'm not a public speaker, so hopefully I can do a decent job of helping you understand what I'm talking about, what I've noticed, and it's just add to the whole thing that you're not being told what really happened. But as everybody else, this is my opinion. I may be totally wrong. If it can be proven wrong, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But there is one thing that I'm pretty sure of, and I will point that out at the end. And it is something I will dispute. So yeah, let's get into it here, and hopefully I can explain what I'm looking at, and hopefully you understand what I'm getting at. So let's get into it. All right, so what we have here is Exhibit A. This is the official picture that they sent out showing where the perpetrator was on the rooftop and he left an imprint in the gravel on the roof. Just take a good look at this picture, at the imprints, because that's something we're going to come back to a little bit later. Just take note of the markers that they put down, the little white piece of paper. Just take note of all that, and we'll come back to it. So that's Exhibit A. Here's Exhibit B. Exhibit B, if you look down there at the bottom, well, we'll have to move it a little bit. Can't see it all. Let me see here. There we go. Exhibit B. That's where all right, you see the markers and all that, the little white piece of paper. I put the lines in there to show you the distance from the edge of the roof. Uh, from both directions, from the edge of the roof, pointing off to the side, and then pointing towards the canopy where CK was sitting. You see the distance from the edge of the roof in both directions. So just pay attention to that. We'll probably come back to it too, maybe. All right, then here's wait a minute. See, I done skipped over some words. Oh, everything's moved on me. There you go. All right. I'm not no professional on this, so I think it stretched every one of them out on me is what happened. There we go. We resize this, get it back in the screen here. Good Lord. All right, Exhibit C. You see the little inset picture in the corner, lower right-hand corner, the red circle. That's the perpetrator. You notice the little red markers I put on there from the edge of the roof in both directions. If you went back to Exhibit B, which we'll go back to here in a little while, you would not see that guy. From this side of the roof, you would not see him. From the ground, or from wherever this person was located that took this picture, you would not see that. That's just my opinion. I could very well be wrong. I'm just, from my observation, for what I'm, am thinking in my mind, is that you would not be able to see that person if you go back and look at Exhibit B, the distance he was from this edge of the roof. You would not see an individual laying there. Plus, look how far back from the front of the roof, as in reference to the marks that was in the roof or the gravel. on the roof. All right. So hopefully you understand what I'm getting at. Somebody else wants to do this video referencing all these pictures that can do a better explanation than me. More power to you. I'm doing the best I can. Like I said, I'm not a public speaker, and I'm just trying to point out something I've noticed. And I haven't seen anybody else talk about this. So here we go. Exhibit D. Or no, this is Exhibit C1. This is a blow up of that inset picture, just to give you a better look, better view of it. Blow it up a little bit. That's the same picture. All right, Exhibit D. If you notice, if you see my arrow that I got pointing up, that's the roof that you're looking at. The edge of the building, that's what you're looking at in Exhibit C. So that's where he's located. And then the arrow I have pointing off to the right on the edge of the picture, excuse me, that's just making a point to something that I'm going to show you here in a minute. I can remember to point it out. All right, so that's Exhibit D. That's just showing where he was located in Exhibit C. All right, Exhibit D1. It's just a blow up of Exhibit D. Got to put the 1 on there. Hang on it. See, I'm no good at this. All right, so, and then there's my arrow to the right. But that's the roof that he was located, allegedly. All right, Exhibit E. This is just the overview look, overhead look. This is what they put out in the news. I think it was Utah Valley Police Department, maybe, or FBI field office or something. I don't remember for sure on that, but anyway, Utah, it's the same roof. So, all right, so you see where it says Losi Center. That's back there on that back side. That's where they showed you the video of the guy jumping from the roof. Of course, there's the location of the shooter. What we just looked at in Exhibit C and D. All right, so there's that. Exhibit F. Exhibit F here this is a picture, a screenshot that I took from Google Earth. Roof A. Yeah, these are the two. The Exhibit F right here is where I'm disputing that they're not telling you the truth. Roof A is where Exhibit E was showing you where the shooter was. Where I marked it roof B, that's the gravel roof. Roof B is gravel. It's what we call P rock. We call it P rock or P gravel. It's like a ballast on the roof, and usually this is a hot tar roof that they put this type of rock on. It acts as a protection barrier, as a ballast, weight to put on the roof. It's to minimize damage to the roof from foot traffic. So when they're servicing air conditions, heating air units and stuff, roof repairs, it's just to prevent punctures in the roof and protect the roof from UV rays from the sun and all that. Anyway, that's the gravel roof. Roof A, in my opinion, is not gravel. Based on Google Earth, from what I can tell. Now, I can't verify this because I'm nowhere near UVU. Somebody that lives close by there that sees this video, if you're able to get access up there and check and see which roof is what. But in my opinion, based on what I can see from Google Earth, roof A is not gravel. Roof B is gravel. Okay? If you're following along with me? All right. So it's Exhibit G. It's just a close up where I zoomed in on Google Earth. That's roof A. In Exhibit F, this is Exhibit G. I tried to line it up to where they had it in I think it's Exhibit B, and then what it would look like. But if you look at that, now once again, like I said, this is Google Earth. It's hard to say for sure, but based on the previous Exhibit F, there's an obvious distinction between the two roofs. So, all right, so there's Exhibit Z. Exhibit H. This is just a backup view of what I was showing you in Exhibit F. Exhibit A is not gravel. Roof A is not gravel. Roof B is gravel. But roof A is where they say the shooter was. So again, I'm just going by what I can see on Google Earth, and I don't believe they're telling you the truth. That's my opinion. Maybe very well, maybe wrong. If I am, so be it. No big deal. But I may be right. So there's Exhibit H. So again, in my opinion, based on what I can see in Google Earth and what I've been shown by officials on the news, roof A is not gravel, but that's where the shooter was supposed to be located. That's where they left the marks in the roof. But I just don't feel like he could have done that because roof A is not gravel. Roof B is gravel. I mean, look at it. You can obviously tell. You can tell by the texture. Now, what type of roof is A? I think it's some type of roll roofing that's just had hot tar. Maybe it's some type of roll roofing that's been painted. It's hard to say for sure. Like I said, it's Google Earth. Hard to say. So I could be wrong on this. But what I am confident that what I am about ready to show you is true. So we're going to go back to Exhibit A. Exhibit A, where he left the marks in the roof. Now, again, I want you to take a look at the marks and the little markers they put down to show you the marks, or imprints they left in the rock. The little markers they put down showing you the imprints. Again, if we go to Exhibit A, we go. All right, now we're looking at. Oh, again, Exhibit B. You see how close to the edge of the roof it is. But the main thing I'm wanting to point out is that the reason I think this is staged and is not real is that was he wearing a jetpack instead of a backpack? Did he fly up out of there? If the the perpetrator did what they claimed he did from this position, it would look like a bunch of chickens had been walling around in that rock. You would not leave an imprint. That imprint was left intentionally. It's not natural. You still, if you're doubting what I'm saying, where's the footprints where they put when they walked over and put the markers, or did they use a 10-foot pole to stick those little markers there? Where's their footprints? And again, if somebody that lives nearby there that's able to access that, maybe fly a drone over top of it, unless somebody went up there and smoothed that back over, them imprints should still be there. For the most part, they should still be there. But if somebody had done what they said he did, and then jumped up and took off running real quick, you should see footmarks where he jumped up and walled around, getting in position, and then jumping up and taking off running. And you don't see that. In my opinion, from what I'm looking at, they intentionally put those marks in the gravel. That's why you go back to where I was showing you the difference in the texture of the roof. Roof B is gravel. Roof A is not. But roof A is where they're claiming he was at. So again, I go back to it. And then you look from the distance from the edge of the roof does not match that picture. So again, I'm just like, and I'm gonna go back here. Now, if you're going to ask, by all means, I'm all for engaging in conversation. If anybody wants to leave a comment disputing what I'm saying, that's fine. I'll try to explain it to you better. I probably do better in writing comments than actually doing a video. So like I said, I'm not a public speaker, so, but I can run my mouth sometimes. But anyway, before you come at me disputing what I'm saying, I have 20 plus years experience in commercial roofing. And I can tell you right now, that's, in my opinion, based on my experience, that's staged. That's not real. It's just another one of those little pieces of puzzle as to why I don't believe a thing that we're being told about that day. I don't think anybody passed away that day. It's just my opinion. I didn't believe it from day one, based on what I saw, and based on what was being told, based on what people that's associated with CK, based on their demeanor, the things they said, just the way, just everything that's been going on with this case. I don't believe a bit of it. I think it was all staged. People's not going to like it, but I don't think Charlie was the innocent person that a lot of people like to think he was. He thought he was part of the team, and he was doing his part, doing what he was told. It was time for him to go. It was time for the new chapter. So anyway, that's what I have to show you. Do with it what you will, for what it's worth. That's my opinion. I'm not sure if I'll do any more videos. I'm thinking about it, trying to get back into it, because I have a lot more. I have a lot more stuff that I would love to point out. But just something real quick, in case I don't do another video. A lot of people is, of course, there's a lot of since December or since September 2025, There's been a lot of controversy, a lot of talk, social media, video platforms, YouTube, what have you. And I think, they're watching, they're listening. And I'm all for free speech. But sometimes in situations like this, you might be saying too much because you're giving it away. You're letting them know what we know. And it gives them the opportunity to adjust. And and we've watched it. I've watched it on X. They changed the narrative. They won't change the story. Oh well, we was mistaken. It's here now you got AI getting involved and a bunch of fake videos and fake audios and fake pictures and just everything. But uh, yeah, just real quick, we go back up. You can't see it anyway. Man, it don't matter. Never mind. But anyway, thank you for being here. If you made it this far, I appreciate you listening to me ramble on. If you have any questions, by all means, leave a question or leave a comment, and I'll try my best to answer it. I'm all for civil discourse, as long as we be civil about it. But I can return in kind. So, if that's the way you want to come at it, I'm all for it. Like I said, I worked in construction for 20 plus years. I live for the stuff. We people always thought, well, anyway, never mind. I'm not going to ramble on in this video. Probably already went too long. Y'all have a good day. Thank you for being here. If you like the video, like it. Subscribe. Hey, I appreciate it if you did. Share the video. And y'all take care of yourselves. And maybe I'll see you in the next one.